Just going back to the Champions League draw, obviously winning the competition last season was huge for the club and for the way your players approach the game. But how big was that? Was beating Real Madrid in itself? You know, in terms of the history of this club, how big was that moment for the mentality of your players and the mentality of the club?
It doesn't matter winning or no winning. Of course, help us for the club for the fact that we have it. But face Real Madrid is always the toughest challenge. So nobody can deny it. So it's an exceptional club, and in these competitions control many things for the experience that they got in the past. So we made in the last years steps, and this is it. So it will be so difficult, and like what happened in the last season, will be moments for them, will be moments for us. As much longer we can keep our moments, we'll be closer, and after the decisions or the moments or whatever or what happened, we'll decide. So hopefully we can arrive in the best moment. The club and the mood, I think, will be there because the group of the players are incredible. And try to a good performance in Madrid, try to bring a good result here, and with our people try to do a good game.
Because I know previous managers to you, and I think you probably said it as well, that this club has everything in place to win the Champions League and be top club in Europe. The one thing that was lacking was the belief that you belonged at that level. Do you think that result more than any other established the fact that you are at that very top level? There's nobody above you.
To arrive in that level, so I said before, we have final, semi-final, final. When that happens, you have to, before when we arrive, I said many times, so when I prepared the semi-final, last 16 against Monaco, in the first season, we have the feeling for the vibes, for all the club that, I don't know, we are able to do it, you know? And I have to make that defeat against Liverpool and Tottenham. You have to live this experience. Because we were new. We were completely new, you know, to have in the last stages. And we struggled to, you know, to go through quarterfinals, I think so, you know, never always quarterfinals. In the moment we got semi-finals, we got finals and we were there. Sometimes you need process for the new clubs that we were in the last decade. We have been installed there in that position, and we want to continue there. So, but we compete not just Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and even Milan when play, or Inter de Milan, or the elite clubs, PSG. PSG didn't win yet, but always have been there. So when you play against that clubs, you need time. We got the hierarchy had patience to give us the time to do it, and at the end, so we could be there and we want to continue there. So, but knowing that, of course, Real Madrid is staff, but Barcelona would be in Bayern Munich or Arsenal or, you know, any club, Atletico Madrid. You know, you saw the game second leg with the passion and intensity against Inter de Milan I played. So this competition is really tough on opponents. So that's why I was. Okay, which opponent is Real Madrid? Okay, so we're going to try again.
Hi, Pep. Just going back to Grealish, with this latest recovery from injury, does he treated it a little bit more differently this time? Has it been take your time?
He feels good. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Now we have that game, and after we have 2 weeks, like he's going to work as good, as hard, and as clever as possible to when come back be ready. But the muscle is a muscle, like it's not I would say it's not hamstring, you know, it's another muscle. Pectineus is in English? I don't know the name. So I know the name in Spanish, but not in English. It's a muscle the doctor said is not a big influence in the other one. That's why the recovery was quicker. That's why he came back against Luton quicker. But of course, he trained last 2-3 days really good. He feels good and positive, and of course tomorrow maybe we need him, and especially these 2 weeks to work well to when come back we can have the Jack that this season unfortunately we had few times and can help us for the last part of the season.
Because how big is he going to be in the last few months of the season? Because it looks like the team is a better team when Grealish is in it and playing well. He gives you that balance.
Well, it will be unfair for his mate said with Jack is the better team because have not been almost all season, and we arrive tomorrow you have the chance to, well, always we dream, arrive until the last international break before the end of the season, being no competitions. And tomorrow we will prove if we are able to do it. And we have done it. He helped us, but not like last season. So that's why the most important thing is recover well for that minor injury and take a good condition and help us if just in case we need him. But I'm not going to tell how important is Jack. So of course it is. He is a lot. But you have to be, ready and say, we play better. We was without him. It will be unfair because there are a lot of players that fought incredible, during the season to be where we are.
And can I just ask about the injuries in general this season? It feels like you've probably had more this year than you had last year. Is it the same?
Yeah, perfect. We had 5 months, Kevin and Choma, but the rest, comparing other clubs, other teams, we were quite good again. We worked really, really well again. Really good. It's impossible to have a season without injuries, but I don't have the feeling we had much.
Hi, Pep. It's a bit similar to what Jack was asking, but a couple of weeks ago when you were talking about Grealish, you said he's got this special quality for the team. Can you just elaborate on that a bit and what it is that he gives?
I think everybody knows how the quality from Jack. So is not a new player in the Premier League for many years, playing Aston Villa and here. He's an exceptional player for many, many things and has the ability to make a lot of extra passes. And when he's fit, not just extra passes, dribbles and assists and sometimes goals. So, and he has to be fit and ready because the quality that keep the ball and extra passes and make the team tighter and closer between each other, defensively, offensive, is really, really, really good.
And you mentioned you've not had his best level too many times this season. And I think you've talked about that quite a lot as well this season. Do you have a thought on why that is? Is it just injuries getting in the way?
No, have to be consistency in the trainings, consistency in the game time, consistency, no injuries. And after you get the best. When you have 1, 2, 3 weeks injured, you don't train as best in some moments, and after happen, so it's more difficult. He knows it. He knows it perfectly.
Martin?
Hi, Pep. The club put out some video this morning of you welcoming Arsene Wenger to the CFA. Was it last week sometime, I think?
Yeah. How
useful is it for you to sort of sit down and have lunch with somebody like him?
It was absolutely a pleasure. So it was what can I say for Arsene? It's like Sir Alex Ferguson, a legend for this. What he introduced in the English football was, in that time, was amazing. I think the legacy is still continuing in Arsenal. So, and came from representing UEFA to give some awards to the players could not get in the gala, in the FIFA, in the gala UEFA, in the awards. And after, like we are a gentleman, we invite him to lunch. He didn't pay, so good wine. And yeah, it was nice. Always is nice to share moments that we are not competition, we are not rivals, to share these thoughts.
It was food from your restaurant, wasn't it?
Sorry?
It was food from your restaurant, was that right? Or?
No, it was here.
Oh, right, okay.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You liked it? You enjoyed it?
You have to ask him, but I think he didn't complain. But I don't know.
Just one more on the draw, Pep. Real Madrid draw. How much better has Jude Bellingham made Real Madrid as a team? How impressed have you been with what he's done there?
Now, obviously, the impact have been massive. So it's different team from the last season with his influence. It's obvious. You have to try to discover what he does to control him.
Last couple guys.
Pep, hi. I want to connect the last week's game to the Real Madrid game. Last week, the first 45 minutes, it was great. You were in total control, but the first 15 minutes of the second half, the atmosphere changed, the game changed, and I think it was maybe a little hard to cope with the emotions in the game.
Here?
Sorry?
Last season here?
No, last week against Liverpool. I was in the game, so between 45 and 60, it was very emotional, and something changed in the atmosphere, and it was maybe a little bit harder for the players to cope. And I remember I was in the Real Madrid game in Manchester here as well, and it was one of the most dominant displays I've seen ever in my life in that level. Probably the first game will be very emotional in Madrid as well. Do you think this is something the team has to grow or learn? Is there something to be learned from the game last week?
Always you can learn. Yeah, you're right. But I give more credit for the quality of the opponents, what happened in Madrid or happened in Liverpool. So sometimes we adjust, or we said, they were not good. Why we cannot say they are? So we aggregate against Prague team 12, 11-2, or I don't know the result. So Liverpool have been, since they're here, a fantastic team. And what happened, we tried to don't be in control like we were in long time of the game, but it happened, and we could do less, but we knew it. So I never been in Anfield, and there's no team in the world that go in Anfield and during 90 minutes you are going to be like in Bernabeu, no, or like here. So in Etihad, I never see a team 90 minutes control over us all the time. So in Liga can happen, in the Champions League happen quite often. So there are momentums, and how you behave in that momentums, defensively how you survive, and in good moments how you can score goals. In that level, today in the modern football, you are not a team like every time is 180 minutes or 90 minutes, you will be there. The maturists have, suffered the last moments, and it was a moment like they were better in Anfield last week. There are moments that we were better in the beginning. In the last 10, 15 minutes, we were better, have chances, but we had the chances. So, yeah, this is what is in this top level.
Pep, Jurgen said after the game last week that Liverpool, they'd never seen the set-piece routine you did for the corner, you know, that John Stones scored from.
Never what?
They'd never seen you kind of do that corner routine before. I was just wondering how easy or difficult it is to keep coming up with these kind of new.
Yeah, we haven't done it before because it's the first time we did it. So you do it quite often, they will know it. But the guys who are specialists at that see or figure out one action and we apply it. And listen, every game we try to apply it, sometimes it doesn't work, and that fortunately it works. But it's not because of them or because us. Sometimes happens, so don't give too much. But every game tomorrow we're going to happen the same. Against Liverpool and Newcastle, we're going to figure out what we can do. When the corners or free kicks, we can punish them. Every club does against us, and every team try to do it. Okay, thank you.